I'm far from fine. I can't imagine ever being fine again. I'm afraid I'm going to spend the rest of my life alone in this cottage or in an institution for women with delicate nerves. Oh, Amelia, I'm so sorry. First of all, you won't be alone so long as I can draw breath, you absolute idiot. Second, no, be quiet. Why in heaven's name would you think working as a governess a preferable state to sharing a home with my dearest friend? Second, nobody will put you in an institution, and I'll murder them for trying. Third, tell me what transpired between you and Mr. Goddard. You were so fond of him. Amelia told her friend everything. From chance meetings and dog bites to that day in the ruins. Georgiana only offered fresh handkerchiefs and sugary tea. He said I was flighty and unserious, and that he believed that what happened between us was of no consequence to me. Amelia's eyes pricked again with tears. As if I've ever had the luxury of letting anything be inconsequential. As if I don't weigh the consequences of every step I take and every word I say, even when I don't want to. My God, if I could only stop doing that, then maybe I could leave. She blew her nose. And then he had the nerve to say I was unkind. He accused us of writing those letters with the design of mocking the Duke. What? Georgiana squawked. That's outrageous. We intended no such thing. He had written a badly researched diatribe, and we had a bit of fun poking holes in his argument. He then seemed to amuse himself thoroughly in poking the holes in our badly researched arguments. His letters attacked our position as strenuously as we attacked his. Perhaps Mr. Goddard does not understand that people can amuse themselves by hurling polite insults at one another and accusing one another of sloppy research and utter illogic. Amelia felt heartened. I don't think Mr. Goddard understands that people can amuse themselves, full stop. I have no doubt that the Duke amused himself greatly in our correspondence. That's why he invited us, you rather, to see him. If he thought we were insulting him, he wouldn't have wished to see us. And he seemed quite pleased to meet us. I'm afraid that this is a case of Mr. Goddard misunderstanding what amuses his friend. That's his problem, Amelia retorted. If his first inclination is to blame me rather than open his mouth and ask his friend, then he's a terrible friend to both me and the Duke. Quite, Georgiana agreed. You'll be well rid of him. Amelia knew her friend was correct, that it was better to see Sidney's true character sooner rather than later, but she was stunned to have been so wrong. She had thought she could let down her guard with him even just a little. She had liked him so much, more than merely liked if she were honest with herself. But she had also thought he knew her and liked her too. Such a small and paltry thing, to believe oneself liked. But it hadn't felt paltry coming from Sidney. She had felt valued, cherished even, which made his scorn and mistrust that much more painful. It turned out that if you breathed slowly through your nose and out through your mouth, you could resist the urge to throw a potted fern at the nearest Duke. Temporarily. I say, Sid, Lex said in tones of sincere fascination, you can't just go around getting yourself slapped by young ladies. I don't want to talk about it, Sidney growled. He had been an idiot to mention it in the first place. I, however, very much want to talk about it. Enlighten me. Did you give her a slip on the shoulder? Make her an indecent proposal? Lex asked, riveted. I didn't think mousy spinsters were in your line. She isn't a mousy spinster, Sidney protested. She has red hair and she can't be 25. Nothing mousy or spinsterish about her. Now Lex was smiling much too broadly. She covered her hair when she visited you, Sidney clarified. It was all part of her deception. Bonnets do cover the hair, Lex said slowly. That's what they do, that's how hats work. Besides, you can't go around getting assaulted by every red-headed girl you meet, for heaven's sake. Don't know how they do things in Manchester, but it's just not done in decent society. I'm so glad to amuse you, Sidney said through clenched teeth. Quite excessive of you.